Morning, everybody. It's a Saturday. Let's see. I'll get some more light in here if I can. That's a little bit better. Morning light coming in. See, it's about 8:30 in Ohio. Today's episode, before I get started on it, I do a lot of thinking when I walk. I think most people that walk and exercise, that's where they get all of their thinking done. It's the best part of the day where it's just you, and whether it's a gym or whether you cycle or swim or in my case walk, but I love exercise. It helps keep me focused on everything, keeps clear my web out, helps me create content on this program and other parts of my life. But where I'm walking in my neighborhood, I walk about an hour every morning, and I get out there before anyone else is out there. Well, not before anyone. People are walking their dogs that time of morning. You have to get them out there. If you have dogs, you understand. So the neighborhood I live on, it has like two main bodies of roads of travel, up the community and then around the other side, exiting up a hill. And then around that is all these tributaries, I call them. Little side streets. I live on a tributary, a side street. And I go down every single tributary. Every single one of them takes me an hour. And I'm walking at a pretty good clip. I got to get my heart rate up. And I wear a lot of hats. I have hats. In my doorway, I got a hat rack. I got about 15, 16 hats on there. They're mostly black, a couple tan ones. And they have different logos on them. Most of them are Bengal hats. Black Rifle Coffee Company hats. I got a couple of those. I got one that says Boston Bruins on it, Boston Red Sox on it, because I grew up out east, and so I'm a big Boston sports fan. Of course, I love my Bengals too. That said, I'll get the present day about what this conversation is going to be about. I walk every morning. We've covered that. But since I've been walking, I've been wearing all these different hats on my head. Mostly Bengal hats because we're in Bengal season. But before that, I was wearing, hockey, my Boston Bruins hat or my Red Sox hat or a hat that says it's a black hat and in white lettering it says Keeneland after Keeneland Race Course because I like horse racing. So, and I've been walking religiously every day since I've been retired. And I've been retired 3 months now. And this morning, for the first time, I wore the hat that I like to wear a lot. Well, not a lot. I wouldn't say a lot. Occasionally I'll wear it just because I like the way it fits. I like the way it looks. And it's this hat here. And then the side says this, and then the other side has the American flag on it. I wear that hat, and I get a lot of compliments on that hat. And it's a subtle way of saying that you support America. Right? And then, so I wear that hat occasionally. And this morning I wore it for the first time in 3 months. Excuse me. Mindless. I mean, mind you, there's people out there that see me every single morning. Every single morning in all these tributaries, these streets. They're walking their dogs, or I'll say good morning. They say good morning back. I'll comment on how pretty their doggies are. They could be the ugliest mutt in the world, but I compliment the people. You know, hey, it's a pretty dog you got there. Oh, thank you. Have a nice morning. Very friendly people. I'd say I run into about, I think four different ladies and one guy that walk. So five people I see in my morning walks. This morning when I walked and I had this hat on, I saw 3 of the 5. Man. The first one I saw, I was going up this steep hill. It's on I do 2 loops. I was going up the steep hill, and this little old lady, this cute little someone's grandmother, always has this little dog, little Fifi dog. Always says good morning to me. She sees me walking toward her with this hat on. She stops in her tracks. And she looks at me. I said, good morning. She goes, it doesn't say anything to me. I said, how you doing? She goes, we're hanging in there. And then she turns away from me and walks away from me. Well, her doggy, who knows me, is trying to come over toward me as I'm walking. And she's dragging her fucking dog away from me. Excuse me, I need to get some coffee. Dragging her dog. Not looking to be dragging her dog with her back to me, away from me. And then makes a right, because her house is right in the corner. Makes a right, bangs a righty. Doesn't keep, and it's still dragging. I mean, you should see it as a comical thing. Dragging the dog. And not looking at me. Her expression, her whole demeanor said everything about what type of person she is. She saw the hat on my head, and it was almost like the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz. She sees the USA hat, and she goes, "I'm melting, I'm melting, I'm melting, I'm melting." That's what it felt like. I'm melting. Oh my God, demon, you got that hat on, demon. And then I continued to walk up the street, and I got one other guy that was walking. He's got this Great Dane, beautiful animal. I'm not a Great Dane fan, but a beautiful dog. He's walking toward me, and then he usually gives me a hello, how are you, with a smile. Didn't smile at me. He said good morning, but didn't smile, looked away, and kept on walking. No short, I mean, we usually have a little bit of small talk. Nothing. So he showed me what he was all about. And then another lady who saw me, she was actually pleasant. She was pleasant, you know. She wasn't overly pleasant like she always is, but she was pleasant. You could see her eyes shift and see my hat. She made that clear to me. She was looking at my hat. I'm not being paranoid, folks. I'm not. But so I continued to walk proudly as I always do. Pumping my arms, you know, getting that blood pressure up, getting the heart rate up. Not blood pressure, getting the heart rate up, walking, doing what I love to do, walk. But I wore the hat today to see what kind of reaction I would get. And it worked. If you've looked at some of my past videos, and I hope, I mean, if you're new here and you've not watched me yet, go back and look at some of my past videos. I don't know exactly which ones they were. Excuse me, I'm clearing my throat. I didn't take my allergy pill yet this morning. I apologize for that. You'll see where I talk about how technology has ruined dating. Technology has ruined communication. My last year or so, when I was still working in a grocery store, I've noticed when people carry their device with them, mostly women, when they're carrying their devices with them, because a woman who carries her device, I call it a device, it's basically, you know, a phone. It's usually within a foot, 6 to 7 inches to their body or near their, and they're always in their hand. They got to have this. It's like their security blanket. It's like a person who puts a little security thing around their dog, you know, their comfort dog, their whatever. It's a security thing for them. And many times, even in public, not working, or most of the time when I was working, if I'm walking in a direction to get to a case or get to a cooler area, or I'm out on the floor working the floor, and an attractive or unattractive lady is walking toward me and they don't want to engage eye contact or say hello, they grab their phone and they look down their phone like they're looking at their phone, that there's something important on their fucking phone. It's a way for them to not communicate. And it's been going on for a while now across the country. I see it. I see it everywhere I go because I travel a lot. Now that I've been retired, I'm everywhere. Jump in the caddy and just go. Fill it up. I see it mostly in younger children, younger adults. I don't see it so much. I'm 65, so I'm going to say women that are in their 50s on up, they aren't like that. They'll make eye contact with you. They'll say hello back. Or they don't have to say anything. Just they'll make eye contact, smile back, keep walking. It's the ones that are, 17 years old straight up to like 40. They don't want to make eye contact. They look at their phone. So they don't have to engage you. Even if they're attracted to you. No, evil. I can't look at you, because you're looking at me, and I don't trust anyone I don't know. So people hide behind their devices. So it's destroyed communication. So it's been, so I know I went off on a tangent on that, but if you look at some of my last episodes, you'll see that. But I want to go back to the topic at hand this morning of my hat that I was wearing. People have this morning drew their line in the sand, told me what they were all about. Well, I'm not going to wear the hat again, but I've already labeled myself as someone who loves his country. I do. I love my country. I think we're born in the best country in the world. The United States of America. Blanket of freedom. You know? You're born into freedom. No wonder people want to come across our borders. I'm all for it. Just come here legally. I know I'm starting to sound like so-and-so in the White House. I don't want to go into politics today. I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying, I'm a descendant. I'm a second generation Polak. My dad was the first generation, and his father came over here at the turn of the century from Poland. His parents put him on a boat, a Red Cross boat, to flee Germany, to flee Poland because the Russians were invading. In World War II. You know? World War I, actually. And so they got him on a boat and they shipped him over here. His father came here first to make a home, to settle. And once he got settled in America, he came in through ports of Connecticut, so he came in through Brantford. And he settled in the Brantford area, Hartford, Connecticut area. But that's where he settled. And he settled in another community where there was a bunch of other Polish immigrants, so they all knew each other. It was a crazy time, I imagine, you know. And once he got settled, he sent word back, telegram back to his family. It's safe to come free passage here, safe passage. I got everything. I got your paperwork. I got all that. They came through Ellis Island in New York. Immigrants, they came here legally. You know, so I'm a direct descendant of an immigrant, you know, legal immigrant. So I love my country. Hell yeah, wear that hat proudly. It's not like I'm wearing a MAGA hat. I would never wear one of those. I just wouldn't. I'm not against them, but I just wouldn't wear one. I'm not an in-your-face type person, but I like that hat. It's embroidered. It's really pretty. It's a pretty hat. It stands for a lot. I fly American flag outside my house every fucking day. And at night, I put a light on it. Which brings me to my next subject. All the tributaries I walk through in the morning, I'm an observer. I think people should be observers. Observe things. Know your surroundings. Know what's around you, you know? But I count the houses that don't have American flags on them. People that fly American flags, they're making a statement. They're saying they love their country. Yeah. I mean, some people, I'm not going to be judgmental here. I'm not. Some people, maybe they don't have a flagpole. Maybe they're patriots. They could very well be patriots. Maybe they don't have a flagpole. Maybe they don't have an American flag. It's a good possibility they don't. Maybe they're patriots, but they don't have flags. I can't judge people like that. But I'm just saying, there's one street behind me. It's a tributary behind me that I walk at. It's connected to my road. Every single condominium has an American flag. It's cool looking. It's a beautiful flag. We got a really pretty flag, I think. So I want to shift gears real quickly here, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but I want to spend enough time on it. Enough, but not too much. It's been 10 days since we witnessed a public execution on live TV. I've never mourned as much as I did for someone I'd never even met. I mean, I cried, man. I wanted to talk about this earlier in another episode, but I don't think I could have gotten out. I couldn't do it. I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock, and I've never met the man. We don't have to talk about who it was. We all know who it was. Public execution. everything I look at it, every time I open up my phone, there's another story about it. You know, the family he left behind, the loved ones he left behind. You know, and they caught the guy, which I knew they would. You know, but and I just saw a video of the guy in this like vest, that's they call it an anti-suicide vest. He's still in jail. He's expressionless. And he has a judge reading off the charges. And only in America will they treat a murderer with such dignity until he's found guilty of all. I mean, he's guilty, but they treat him with dignity. In any other country, someone had done something like that to a public figure, a beautiful man with a beautiful message, shot dead on live TV. They'd have dragged him to the gallows. In any other country, they would have skinned him alive. They would have dragged him off to the gallows. Public execution, right back at you, buddy. But only in America he's going to get a fair trial. It's going to cost the taxpayers a lot of money to try this animal. You know. I mean, I wasn't going to go there today in this episode. I wasn't going to go there. I mean, because that's not what I'm about. I'm about telling stories, but I felt that it was important to bring it up. If I lose subscribers over it, so be it. I don't care anymore. But I don't know. I was probably 3 years old when John F. Kennedy was assassinated. And I remember my mom and dad and were telling me a little bit about it when I reached adulthood, how horrific it was for the nation. And people were in shock when JFK was assassinated. And this is our JFK. Charlie Kirk. This is our JFK. It's affecting everybody. It's affecting everyone in the United States of America, and it's affecting people globally. What happened? So, but it's not about politics here. I want to make that clear right now. It's not about Democrats, independents, or Republicans. It's not. It's about good versus fucking evil. Good versus evil. Want me to say that again? I don't need to say that again. The people that are on social media and voicing their opinions about how great it was that this poor man, this beautiful, beautiful man, was gunned down and executed in public on national TV, glorifying it. They're demons. They're evil. They're evil. So that's the evil you're seeing. If you see someone who has an opinion and they voice their opinion, it may be negative, those are evil doers. Well, that's evil at work, you know. And then the people that don't are good, evil. I'm a good guy, you know. And I know a lot of my friends are good. I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone that's evil. I may walk amongst them sometime, but the people that are not mourning this, and I know what side politically, what aisle they stand on, but that doesn't hold water. They aren't voicing their opinion, but it doesn't hold water because I've been watching the news. I watch both sides of the fence. I watch conservative TV and I watch liberal TV. There's liberal mouthpieces right now mourning his death, coming out saying how horrible it is. Liberals coming out and talking about how horrible it is that this beautiful man, was executed publicly by an animal with a rifle. Talking about it, they're horrified. They're mortified. And then there's the dumbasses that are going to go on social media platforms and glorify this death. And then they're worried, and then they're up in arms about why they got fired from their jobs. Bring it. We're living in interesting times, people. We are living in very interesting times. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think we're going to see some really powerful things come our way in a good way. I think it's all going to be good. I think at the end of the day, it's going to all fold out to be good. We're just going to go through some rough patches. That's all I think. I think we're just going to go through some rough patches. I don't see a civil war of any kind. I don't see that coming. I see that on social media. Oh, we're in the midst of civil war. Get your pitchforks and get your axes. Come on, wake up. We don't live in the third world anymore. Excuse me. We're civilized. People are civilized. I think all people are good. I really do. I think that most people are good. But there's the evil ones that walk amongst us. But I think overall, people are good. So I don't know. There's not going to be a civil war. But I think there's going to be some positive changes made. And there's going to be some strife involved with it. You're seeing it now with the military going in these cities. That's another subject completely, but I'll just touch on it for a second, if I may. Because I'm already here. Chicago's getting it right now. New York got it. I think Philly got it. If they didn't get it, I think a few other cities got it. All they're trying to do is restore order. They're tired of, and God bless the troops doing it. You can't tell me that the mouthpieces in Chicago were saying, "Oh, we don't want the military here. You better turn around and go away. We don't want you. We don't mind all the murder and robbery that goes on in our cities every day. We don't care about that, but we don't want the military here." Come the fuck on. They want order. The people who live in these cities have to work in these cities. Yeah, they want order. You can't tell me they don't want order. They just want to live peacefully. Because like I said, I think most people are good. They are. People want to prosper. They want to run their businesses. They want to have a nice restaurant in some downtown metropolitan area. They want to have a nice restaurant. They want to be able to put tables and chairs with umbrellas outside along the sidewalks without worrying about someone smashing and grabbing it or robbing a customer. They want order. We live in the nicest, freest country in the world. We should have order. We shouldn't have animals running the streets. And that's all they're doing right now. They're just cleaning house. I'm all for it. I love Cincinnati, Ohio. I love it. It's a great city. We aren't a bad city. We've had a few pockets here and there. There's a few. I mean, that gal I dated, she told me all about the pockets. They're there. Like every city has pockets. Every suburb has pockets that are bad. But not bad enough that they can't be controlled. I mean, I'm a God-fearing man. I am. Was raised Catholic. I don't go to church anymore. I have my own beliefs, but I believe in a higher power. I believe all this was created by a higher power. I do. I believe in that. I'm a God-fearing Christian man. But I just thought it was important for me to voice this a little bit today. That it's what we saw was really pretty bad. And I think a lot of people are still suffering. And I think a lot of people are still healing. It's going to be a while before everyone's healed. And I just pray. I pray every day for that family. For Charlie Kirk's wife and kids. I pray for them, And people die every day in horrible deaths. But this happens to be a public figure. It's not our fault it's a public figure. It's not our fault that he was gunned down by an animal. I don't think some people said, "Oh, we should give him a firing squad or he should get the death penalty." No, don't give him the death penalty. No. You put him in solitary confinement. 4 concrete walls, a 4x6 cell, and you let him live there for the rest of his days in solitary confinement in a dark room with no light. That's how he lives out his life. Let him repent. Let him think about his sins to the day he dies. That's how I would kill him. That animal. Firing squad. Lethal injection. That's too civilized. Nah, we'll handle it. We'll deal with them. Public execution, shoot him back? No. Throw him to the wolves? No. It'd be fun for a minute to watch that on pay-per-view. Throw him in a pool of sharks. That'd be kind of cool. I'd pay $50 to see that. But no. A 4x6 cell, concrete block, no light entering, solitary confinement for the rest of his life. And slide a bowl of rice and water underneath the door. Here's your food. No utensils, make him eat it with his hands. That's how he finishes his life. People like that are that evil, that's how you finish your life. All right. That's all I got. I promise you I won't touch on this stuff again. But I felt it was warranted, considering what we went through and what we're still going to go through as a nation. All right. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out.